Well, good morning. It is that time of year again, the annual garlic cleaning party. Look at that beauty. This is garlic from my friend Melissa. And I kind of left it a little too long this year, but they still look beautiful. This garlic is the music variety. And this year I grew the most garlic I ever have. So I've got my work cut out for me. 330 bulbs to be exact. Because yes, I did count when I hung them up, which is great. So I'm considering actually selling some this year if I can find people who are willing to buy it. Probably the best, and I'm not just saying this because I grew it, but it honestly is, this variety is the best garlic. And like, if you can see, that is one clove. Like, look at how fat that one clove is. It's amazing. It's been a pretty rough start to the fall season for us in our little household here. Holy, look at the size of that one clove. That's a fatty. That'll definitely be a plant out. Yeah, and so I thought I'd just pop on and make a quick video about cleaning garlic. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. Look at that. That's one clove. This stuff is amazing. Grow music garlic. It's my best crop of anything this year. My cabbage is a close second, but the garlic was a win. I feel like sometimes you feel big emotions, and with the busyness of life, you often have to compartmentalize those emotions just to get through your day. Period. Like, it's not because you don't want to deal with them or whatever, but you just have to keep on keeping on kind of thing. But that wears on you for sure. I don't think it's healthy, but I think we live in a time where you don't have a lot of time or space to feel the feelings that you're having. For me, it's a lot of sadness and grief because of a number of things. The world is a very strange place to be kind of living right now. Tons of challenges in the world, but also in my own little microclimate here. On the upside, Brian and I just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary, and it was awesome. Can't think of a better human to kind of share in this adventure, and I'm super grateful I have someone kind of to lean on and for support. But it can be tough. Yeah, that's for sure. And we know, everybody knows, there's brighter days ahead, and there's that old saying, this too shall pass, and that is 100% true. But sometimes when you're in the eye of the storm, it's hard. It's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Gosh, this is going in a direction that's pretty sad and like foreboding or what, but it's kind of, that's just how I'm feeling. And I think with social media, and you've heard this before, but you see all the good stuff posted on social media, and so you just assume that everybody else's life is tickety-boo and clipping along, and you see people that have all the things with a ton of financial security and whatever that means to you. But I think, even those folks have struggles, and I think it's important to remember, although they don't post it on social media a lot, everyone has struggles. And so I think it's about focusing on the things that kind of bring you joy and bring peace in your life, and focusing on those as you work through the hard times. Oh, here's my better half. He ran into town. We're working on our woodshed. Day 7 of the woodshed build, but he has to make a repair to the sawmill. So he's doing that this morning while I get started on my garlic adventure. This is the littlest one I have. And that's still pretty big.
Can't stand it anymore.
Pardon?
Can't stand it anymore.
Aw, were they on sale?
No, but I asked them, they don't go on sale, these ones.
Oh boy.
I got the 2 colored ones though.
I like those colors. The one on the left especially.
I know that. That's why I got it. I wish they had 2.
When I clean my garlic, I usually leave a pretty good section of the stem. Probably, an inch or 2. And that's because when I used to get garlic, the garlic that I got was from my friend Melissa. And that's, how rude. That's kind of how it used to come from her, and she was a garlic expert, so I do the same thing. It reminds me a lot of her. She passed away just about a year ago, and so this is always, anything that's related to gardening, or garlic especially, is hard on the heart. It's funny, so Brian went into town to get something, I think, for his sawmill, and it's these little things. And I have had these laundry baskets that are literally, the handles are broken on them. They're all flipsy and flopsy, but I just kept using them. And it's just the little things. But he came back today with, look at that beauty, with some new laundry baskets for me. And the colors are significant to a dream or that we're currently having. And, yeah, it's good. It's all good. This too shall pass. I find that when I'm really feeling down or, confused about life or whatever it is, if I make things, so for me, it's knitting, but this woodshed build has been awesome too. A little frustrating because it goes so slow. Like, I'm just not a very patient person. Oh my gosh, right now there's like all these little goldfinches in the garden. So cute. But yeah, like working with your hands is it just feels so rewarding. So, and maybe you're not like that, but there's something else that you like to do. Focus on those things, and it will make you feel better. Get outside, go for a walk, because it can be a battle. But getting to know yourself and what makes you tick will help you navigate through these harder times where, you might be sad, you might feel hopeless, and that there's no light at the end of the proverbial tunnel, but there is. You just gotta get there and make use of the time that you have to the best that you can, because time is not a guarantee, and I've learned that a lot in my life. So yeah, there's beauty in the mundane tasks. Not cleaning toilets, so sorry, there's no beauty in that. I would say definitely that little bit of effort I put into managing the leek moth this year really, in the garlic, really paid off. So I had all of it under cover, under netting for the first little bit. And they were in there. But then I sprayed BT, which is Bacillus thuringiensis, a couple of times, like according to like the instructions for managing leek moth. And I think that really helps to control them or manage them. The other sad news that I have to share that's sad is that Simon is gone. We think that the coyotes got him, which is very sad. And if you didn't know who Simon was, he was our free-range meat rabbit breeder buck who last year, when we harvested all of the rabbits for food, for whatever reason, he was just a sweetie. I didn't have the heart, and so I thought that we'd keep him as a pet. And it started out where he had this really big outdoor run that we kept him in, but he kept digging out. And so then last August, Brian and I decided that we'd just leave him out and to see if he'd stick around. And he did. And he lived, like, honestly, the best life a rabbit could ever lead, albeit short. But he definitely had a ball with his chicken friends and stuff. And so, I mean, we would have eaten him. So, like, a couple meals versus a whole year of a great life. It is what it is. And we have been struggling hard with coyotes. We actually saw one this week, but weren't fast enough to dispatch it. And so they're still around. There's a number of them actually that are still around. And we weren't sure. We thought we might have a bear den just inside the bush, but we actually think it's a coyote den. So yeah, so that's been really sad. And then losing all the chickens has been really sad. And yeah, it's just, but that's life. Like, you have to go through the downs in order to appreciate the ups. And so I feel like that's where we are right now. And, you know, Brian and I are trying to be as patient with each other as we each kind of navigate this time. And it's not horrendous. It's not anything. We are going to be fine, but sometimes it just feels really heavy. Yeah. And Simon just added insult to injury when he wasn't around. I knew right away because we see him every day. I check for him every day, and I knew right away in the morning when I didn't see him that something was wrong. And we checked. Anyways, it looks like I'm gonna have about a 5-gallon pail with this first load of garlic. So I'm gonna estimate that I'm gonna get 3 5-gallon pails. Hoping for that. Well, that was the way to do the garlic. I did it in kind of stages, which was really nice. So I just filled the wheelbarrow, brought it over, worked on it while listening to the birds in the garden, all the chickadees. But I managed to get 2 5-gallon pails of garlic and then a bag of, I would say, like damaged stuff where I nailed it with the pitchfork when I was digging them. Or they've split or whatever. And these will be my seed garlic. Well, I might need more than this, but this is what I'll use to plant and then maybe sell some. I always try and get it out there and spread the word about how easy it is to grow garlic, because it really is an amazing and super easy food to grow, even when you are dealing with pests and things like that. So this is fun. The reason why I use this bag, this was the tag that my friend Melissa, oh, okay, that's cool. So I paid $37.50 years ago for this, but it came with a little tag on it, and her sister started a program called Food for Heroes, and this tag says, fresh garlic equals food for heroes, to Katrina and Brian, 5 pounds of awesome. Grown sustainably by Melissa Spearing. And then on the back it says, what do I do? Store garlic bulbs cool and dry. A dehumidified basement is ideal. Avoid hot vents, damp floors, and refrigerators! ! Eat big bulbs first. Smaller bulbs tend to last longer, and is the reason why I include a diversity of size and or varieties. I do not spray any growth inhibitors. They are still alive. If storage conditions aren't ideal and garlic starts to soften or sprout, you can freeze, dehydrate, pickle, ferment, or plant it. Enjoy. Love, Melissa. Yeah. Anyways, super happy with the harvest this year. It's basically a no-fail crop. So try your hand at growing some garlic. I did, like I said, have leek moth, but once I really put some time into managing it, it wasn't bad. Obviously, I got this amazing harvest. So, and this was 3 of my small beds, so that's not bad. Anyways, super happy. These will go in the ground in about a month or so. So the cycle continues. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Grow some garlic, and we'll see you next time.